I wanted to make a video responding to some comments I had recently on a video about female promiscuity. And the comments went along the lines of, well, men are all sleeping around too. Men can't keep it in their pants. Men are sleeping with everyone they can. Men are all promiscuous. Men have so many women. They have 5 or 10 girlfriends. Reading this as a man, it sounds really confusing because you know that most men cannot possibly live that sort of life. Most men cannot be promiscuous. It's only a very small percentage of men that women find attractive, initially at least, until they get to know them. But why is it that so many women are making this apex fallacy? They are only seeing the top 10 or 20% of men and assuming that all men are like this. Well, in the brain there's something called the reticular activating system, which means that our brains focus on the things that we deem to be valuable. If we're hungry, we're going to see food, which is why, by the way, you shouldn't go shopping for food when you're hungry, because you'll be buying the sugary and fatty foods that you crave most. When we're thirsty, we look for water. And as a man, you see attractive women. You focus on attractive women. You don't look at the old ladies, you focus on the attractive women. And women are kind of doing the same thing with men. There are lots of videos online of women overestimating how common it is for a man to be good-looking, tall, rich, etc.
Minimum height.
6 feet.
Would you exclude obesity?
Absolutely.
Minimum income.
At least 200.
What percentage of men fit this criteria?
2%.
Much lower. It's 0.049%.
And when women are asked what they look for in men, they say things like, oh, I want him to be emotionally open. I want him to be honest and kind. And they're not saying the things that make a man attractive. There are plenty of men who are not emotionally aware, who are not honest or kind, who are getting a lot of sex from a lot of women. Those things might make someone more attractive once they are attractive, but they're not going to make someone attractive who is not. If you found a short, fat, 5'4" guy and said, oh, look, this guy is kind and honest and emotionally aware, most women would just be like, yeah, but he's not my type. And this difference in perspective feeds through into how men and women see self-improvement. For women, self-help books tend to be around self-acceptance, of love yourself just the way you are. And for men, they tend to be around how to improve yourself, how to get your body better, how to improve your social skills. It's very much about not leaving things as they are and doing the best you can with the cards you've been dealt. And I think many women don't realize how much difference self-improvements can make for a man. I think they assume that men are the way they are by virtue of birth. Like if a woman is born to be pretty, it'll just happen for her. Men need to work for it, by and large.
But the one thing I like to try to have girls do is like go to Walmart and then look at all the men in Walmart and ask yourself who's f***ing these men. And when you realize you wouldn't and none of your friends wouldn't, those are the men that we're talking about. There's also, it's a TikTok, and I have to go back and find it somewhere. He's pointing out average guys. And he's like, what do you think about the possibility of you having sex with these guys? And he points over at this one dude. And he goes, what do you think about that guy? And she goes, what guy? I don't see a guy. It literally doesn't see him. He goes, no, the guy right there. And she goes, is there someone behind the mailman? And he goes, no, I mean the fucking mailman. What do you think about him? In her mind, he isn't human. Like, he's not a thing. Yeah. Women don't think low status men are unattractive. They don't see them. They don't even recognize. I've done this before with my girlfriend. Whenever we go to, some restaurant for takeout or whatever, delivery, drive-in, we'll go to the drive-in and then afterwards we'll pull off and it'll be like, describe the guy who gave us our food. And she can't do it. I remember exactly what he looked like. I'm a former counterintelligence officer in the military. I remember what everyone in the room looks like. She doesn't remember. And then it'll be like some guy that's clearly really attractive, and I'm like, describe his tattoos, and she remembers all of them. She knows. It's just really weird how a woman's reticular activation system only focuses on things that she deems to be high status.
My girlfriend is one of the most intelligent and thoughtful women I know, and even she said once something along the lines of, oh, short guys, they're all so confident and funny, aren't they? And I'm like, no, they're not. Literally, they have to work at this to build it. The only short guys she's noticing are those who are confident and funny, because most men who are not attractive are invisible to most women. So what do we do about this? Do we seethe and complain that women only notice the top 20% of men and it's so difficult if you're not in that? No. As a man, you work to put yourself in that top 20%. Because most men are doing nothing. Most men are missing out just by sitting on the sidelines. The information is out there, freely available, including on this channel. You just have to act. Thank you for listening.